viewers being inappropriate with guests is nothing new.
Married? Are you married? Do you have a family?
Married, 5 kids.
Really?
Yeah. No.
Do you have a boyfriend?
I have a dog.
You have a dog?
Think of what his sack produced, the two of you positioned.
Jesus, Howard!
Do you have a favorite?
It's not funny. Not funny. This is devastating to us.
What size are you, by the way?
Size?
Yeah, I always like to know.
really sure.
You're not sure?
Girls and,
That's so interesting.
We were all shocked and happy at Scarlett Johansson pushing back against every single question while she was on the Avengers tour, being about her body and what she was wearing.
Thank you very much. Well, I can also be used as a sparkly object to distract the spirits.
What is going on? Since when did people start asking each other about in interviews about their underwear?
No, because it is such a skin tight.
I'll leave it up to your imagination. What kind of interview is this?
This was considered to be pretty ballsy. She could only be so staunch because she was well established in Hollywood and had a cast full of men who were there to back her up. However, when Anne Hathaway has pushed back against similar questions about her body...
How much weight have you lost to get into this shape right now?
You did not just ask me that question.
I'm just saying, you're like...
What a forward young man you are. My goodness. How much weight?
I'm not saying you needed to lose weight. I'm just saying that you look...
I've worked very hard to become Selena Kyle.
She was considered to be rude and difficult, and we could do an entire video over the demonization of Anne Hathaway and Jennifer Lawrence, but that could be a topic for another day. However, we all look back on these interviews now and realize just how inappropriate they actually were. We remember Ellen forcing Mariah Carey to reveal her pregnancy.
There's rumors.
Don't discuss that.
All right, well, you don't have to answer.
No, that's okay. No, honestly,
you don't have to answer me. Let's just toast with champagne.
By trying to make her drink champagne, she was not offering a way out of it.
Let's toast to you not being pregnant. If you're not pregnant, then we should.
My goodness.
And by the way, Mariah actually lost that baby shortly after this interview, so... And if you wanted a whole deep dive into Ellen, there is this amazing video from Coffee and Cults, which I will have listed for you down below. We could do an entire video on all of the sexism that women face. From Simone Biles in 2017 being told that she should smile more.
I was waiting for you to smile at some of the compliments. You didn't.
Smiling doesn't win you gold medals.
We also recognise there was a lot of misogynoir going on here because she was being depicted as an angry black woman.
No, I just cry. I'm not a yeller.
Did you cry today?
No, I had tears in my eyes. I almost ran to the bathroom at one point, but I pulled it together. I don't know. I feel like everyone has their own opinion, clearly, but it's just how you take it, and I feel like I am trying, I am being honest, but if they don't see that, I don't know what else more I can do.
Even our former Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, who I know most of the world adores, when she was meeting with Finland's Prime Minister Sanna Marin just a few years ago, she was asked this.
Similar in age and, got a lot of, common stuff there, when you got into politics and stuff, or can Kiwis actually expect to see more deals between our two countries down the line? Because
my first question is, I wonder whether or not anyone ever asked Barack Obama and John Key if they met because they were of similar age.
Leaders of countries, but no, they must be talking about things like makeup tips because they're women of similar age. I mean, what else are they going to talk about? I'm not doing this video to cancel people. Think of it more like anthropology, to help paint the picture of how normalized this sort of behavior, especially towards women and girls, really was. I'm positive a bunch of these people have changed and grown over time as people, as I hold on to the hope that everybody has the capability to. I want to show with this video how we were conditioned to view this sort of creepy behavior as completely okay. I've just turned 36. I grew up watching this stuff. I'm sure that all the other millennials did as well, same as Gen X and beyond. And you know me, I love to hold our hands as we go on these unlearning journeys together. And it can also help show how far we have, or in some cases, haven't come. My patrons are the ones that voted for this topic, so don't forget to thank them in the comment section down below. Just play along. Let's start up with the adult, shall we? Ease us into this. Celebrities exist in this tricky space where they rely on public opinion to be able to have their career and also need to have the favour of those in the industry. Back in the day, people didn't have social media where we could learn way too much about them. Instead, we had talk shows, radio interviews, red carpet interviews, and of course the award shows. And sadly, there were many creepy men who hosted them and a bunch of mean women as well. Like, people like Joan Rivers could be a whole other topic to get into.
You just want to look at her and say,
Are you 8 months? Yeah, I mean, just there, it looks like Snooki goes blonde. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
I have 2 words, drag queen.
But we are focusing on the creepy behavior today. As we're watching these clips, I want you to really watch how the women are reacting. So many of us know this interaction where you laugh and you play along to, not be a difficult woman. There are the 4 stressful situation responses, which I've talked about multiple times on this channel. You've got fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. Women have been conditioned to fawn, and you are going to see it time and again in all of this. I mean, we get taught to doubt ourselves. Oh, it's just a bit of fun. Oh, he's harmless. Oh, he was just giving you a compliment. You should be grateful. Well, he looks so good, how could he resist? All of these messages, along with a quick brushing aside so that we don't cause a scene, has really helped to reinforce this sort of standard across Western culture. And as we were growing up watching all of these interactions, it helped to teach us how we are meant to act when we are uncomfortable to make sure that nobody else is. I know most people don't drink enough water, so my challenge to you is every single time you see a woman on screen who is uncomfortable, take a sip of water. You're gonna be extremely hydrated by the end of this video. At the 1995 MTV Movie Awards, 23-year-old Cameron Diaz wasn't safe from 39-year-old Chris Isaac. They both went on stage to present the award for the best kiss, and so she does the monologue to build things up.
Sweet nothings are whispered, drinks are purchased.
As she's reading her script out, he starts to put his arm around her and starts trying to kiss her, and she repeats this phrase 3 times.
On the director's say so.
Come here, baby. Come on. Come here, baby.
On the director's say so.
Trying to emphasize to him this is not something that he should be doing and that she is really uncomfortable. She is very clearly pushing away.
On the director's say so.
However, he repeatedly tries to kiss her. I want us to all remember, she is very new to the industry. She had just done the movie The Mask. And he just keeps on getting more and more handsy, so she has to play along.
Excuse me. Come on, baby. I knew you'd come around.
I knew you'd come around. Coercement does not make it okay. He doesn't care, but I want you to watch her.
Anyhow, the best kiss nominees are...
She tries to laugh it off, but she is so uncomfortable. It's palpable. When Jim Carrey goes up to accept his award for the best kiss, he does the exact same thing to Chris to, prove the point that it's actually not okay. However, just the next year, in 1996, 35-year-old Jim Carrey forcefully kissed 20-year-old Alicia Silverstone. Look at her face afterwards. She's smiling because you have to placate, you have to play along. She is brand new in the industry. She had to play nice. He was incredibly well regarded then. He had such goodwill. Speaking of Will, he also tried to forcefully kiss Will Smith. Oh, but it was totally fine back in the day. I mean, comedies from 1996 don't hold up to today's standards. You can't go putting today's standards on the past. This is something which so many creepy dudes comment on my videos so very often. It wasn't okay then, it's not okay now. But that doesn't mean you can't still be a fan of work from back in the day. I love Legally Blonde, you know that, but I also acknowledge it's got issues because what? We allow space for nuance on this channel. It doesn't mean excusing SA and saying it was completely fine because Jim Carrey did it because you like him. No, he could literally say, oh, reflecting on that, I shouldn't have done what I did to Alicia. I look back on that time and cringe. I'm sorry I did that or something. Yeah, it's very simple to do. You know I don't expect people to be perfect. I talk about this all the time. I always have the faith that people can learn, change, and grow. If I don't hold on to this hope, I'm gonna go back into the pit of despair, and that's not a fun place to be. Just ask the horse. Actually, in 2016 at the BAFTA Awards, they had a kiss cam which they targeted on different celebrities. They start off with Stanley Tucci and Cuba Gooding Jr., Dame Maggie Smith and Leo. Now, Julianne Moore is the one I want you to pay attention to because she didn't want to participate in this. She did not want to kiss Bryan Cranston, who was aiming to kiss her shoulder. Instead, she asks him to play along and they have this huge dramatic fake kiss, and he is such a good sport, hamming it up for the cameras behind her. But look at her. She is very uncomfortable, awkwardly positioning herself, really does not want to be there and wants the camera to get the hell off her. But you have to play along with it and be a good sport because you've got the industry who are watching and you've got the public who are watching. You don't want to be seen as a difficult woman. Bryan Cranston had the exact right response to her when he knew that she was uncomfortable, and it's so good that he was deflecting by hamming it up afterwards because that kind of drew attention away from her discomfort. I must be weird though because the comment section on this video is everybody loving this. The Spice Girls were treated shockingly through the 90s, and because I know so much about them, it's them who automatically come to my mind anytime I think of this topic. Ginger Spice got picked on because of her bust with skits on TV like this.
I know that chest. Is it Ginger Spice? Hang on, I'll just check. No, it's Sporty Spice.
The casual transphobia of the 90s. And then again like this perv saying,
Surrounded by them and Jerry's right above my head.
And this little boy said to me, "You look like Mickey Mouse."
But of course it's Mel B that comes in to fight for her. Honestly, good on her. She's so awesome.
Why not?
I do not find that funny. I don't find that funny, Jack.
You are?
So I'm being control here. Go on.
She is quite scary, actually.
I so strongly remember this guy grabbing at Baby Spice. Even though she was clearly very uncomfortable here, look at her reaction. She is giggling, she's trying to get away at the same time as playing along with the bit. And we all remember Ginger and Posh Spice getting weighed on live TV, as I talked about in this video, which I recently got demonetized for, by the way. Yeah, I want to escape to somewhere beautiful too after watching that. I know that so many people want to visit here in Aotearoa, New Zealand, as we have beautiful scenery, food and culture, but it can be challenging to find your way around here. I live here and I rely on maps all the time. I absolutely struggled when we went to Italy in 2017 and I wish that Simify had been a thing back then. My anxiety would have loved this option. The worst thing is arriving somewhere that you've been really looking forward to and then not being able to find out where you're going. Trying to pull up your booking details to discover that you can't use your phone or that it's costing you an arm and a leg to simply get an email. And we don't have many Wi-Fi hotspots here. Not to mention the security risk if you choose to use them. Simify makes things simple with their eSIM, which is a digital SIM, meaning you don't have to go to a store or physically swap out your SIM card. This is so much easier and is available in over 150 locations. You don't want to waste any time when you're away, and if you're an anxious person like me, this really helps to calm your nerves because everything is taken care of before you even go on your trip. It's simple to install and it has a variety of data plan options so you can choose whatever works best for you. Whether you're someone like me who needs maps to survive anywhere, or someone that wants to FaceTime people wherever you are, or just want a small amount so you have that security that no matter what, you'll be okay. Get your Simify eSIM before you fly and use my code Bryony to get 15% off. Or if you can't spell my name, just click the link in the description box down below. Thanks so much to Simify for sponsoring this video. But you can't talk about the 90s without Howard Stern.
And believe me, there is no greater man on this planet than me. If I tell you your chest is attractive, you keep it.
Okay.
This is how he treats Emma Bunton, Baby Spice, when she is just starting out on her solo career.
People call you baby?
Yeah, still.
They do? They still call you baby?
Yes.
Hey, baby.
He introduces her to the show not by talking about the new music that she's come out with, but about the photos on the inside cover of the CD.
Unbelievable sexy pictures.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I didn't know your body was that rocket. Really?
Well, when I work out very hard. But it's, it's been Christmas as well.
Should have worn these little hot pants today.
Well, I was thinking of it, but, it's a bit early in the morning.
And then deciding her new Spice Girl's name should be...
I don't know your ass was that good either. This one? This picture?
What an ass.
Yes, of course, yeah.
They should have called you Ass Spice.
Yeah, Ass Spice.
Ass Spice.
Are you Ass Spice?
No, that's not as nice as Baby Spice.
No, well, it is for us.
She's very clearly not enjoying this already, and the interview has only just begun. Something that was a very common tactic was sort of like this challenge of, oh, you love it really.
You know why he's a milkman? He's milking her.
Do you know what?
Milking
the
my
reputation you have is absolutely true.
Oh, stop it. You know you love it. You know you love it.
Back then, it showed that you could handle being with the boys, if you could put up with being harassed, if you could put up with the objectification, if you could handle the humiliation ritual.
Everyone was saying, you're going to go on Howard Stern, and are you sure? And I was like, I'm such a big fan.
I feel like you didn't wear a bra just for me today.
Do you know what? I knew you were going to say this.
I mean, you got to be a cool girl. There was no nicety from people like Howard. It was all about how far he could push it, and people loved him for it. Still do.
Into his uniform.
Gosh.
I think it's intriguing, especially to men. I mean, the suit is like, you're nude, but you're not nude, you know?
But anytime you watch his show, you can see time and again just how uncomfortable the women get on there. Squirming as the camera lingers on body parts, which I don't think I can even show on YouTube. And Howard does this other tactic, which was incredibly common, which was saying that she's asking for it because she's proud of her body, she's showing it off, therefore this is exactly what she wants, right? She wants to be objectified, she wants to be degraded.
You like showing your body off. I see these pictures. You're wearing sexy little outfits. You're practically naked in some of them.
I think it's because the older you get, obviously, I've become more confident.
So don't act like you don't like this. You're all about this.
No, I'm not.
You want attention through your body.
You want it.
Your face. You want it.
You're going to get it, too.
You're asking for it, and you're going to get it.
You want it. You want it.
She brings up the Spice Girls interview they all did with him years ago, trying to say how inappropriate he was.
But you asked me if I was a virgin.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
You see how she's cringing and she wants to bring this up to be like, hey, that wasn't cool what you did. However, see what he does?
Yeah.
And you said no because you like it 3 ways.
No, I said yes.
This interview continues to get worse to the point where I can't show a majority of it on YouTube.
You've never been with another woman, have you?
No.
Were you ever attracted to the other Spice Girls?
No, but I think girls are very attractive.
You do?
Yes.
Would you ever experiment with a girl?
I don't think so.
Like, you can see that she doesn't want these sort of questions. She is cringing. She is shrinking away into herself.
I really thought you weren't going to be this rude in me.
I'm not being rude.
You are.
I'm liking you. This is how I show my love.
Who do you think you're talking to?
You're crazy if you think this is bad.
Once again, the fawn response is trying to befriend, to placate the person who is doing the stuff that is making you, like, feel terrible and have this stress response. However, Howard knows that she's meant to sit there, put up with it, and not be a difficult woman, the thing that could absolutely destroy her career. He wants to know her body count because, of course, he's one of those people.
How many guys you figure you've done in your life?
So I'm not. Do you think I'm actually
So
going
few?
to talk to you about this?
More than 10?
This is a man's world. You need to be able to handle the heat or get out the kitchen. How many times have we heard that sort of phrasing? She says that she doesn't want to talk about certain things, and he tells her that she'll have to take her pants off as punishment for not obeying him.
If you don't talk about this, you're going to have to take your pants off, and that's going to be embarrassing.
I'm not taking my pants off.
Oh, yes, you are.
No, I won't.
Oh, yes, you will.
No, I won't.
Your dad isn't here to protect you now.
I just feel so bad for her. It's like violation the whole time. Then he starts trying to ask her what she would do if he got her into a hotel room.
If I took you back to a hotel tonight, give you a little dinner, put you in the room, took a nice bath, is there a shot you could get this done in one night?
No.
Would you ever have a one-night stand?
No.
You never would?
No.
Look at her hiding. He's not accepting no at any point and making it so that she's the problem if she doesn't play along and reveal more than she feels comfortable doing. I can't even tell you how disgusting this entire interview is. Thank goodness the interview gets interrupted because Emma apparently has to leave. And Howard says,
Think I'm being too...
I'm unsure. I just Ronnie came in and said,
They might not be happy with me.
See?
Am I being rude?
yeah, you have gone too far. This other dude agrees.
You have been rude.
Really?
Yeah, no, I could tell that she's thinking you're rude.
He's been discussing this whole time and he knows it, that's the thing, but he's playing it off as being like, what? I'm just trying to push some boundaries. I'm just trying to have some fun.
Oh, really?
No.
I think you've been they've been worse than you.
That's me. What did I say that was bad?
No, but I'm a big fan, but I don't think you'd be that rude with me.
Rude? What was... Name one question I asked that was... What, if you ever had sex with a guy? I mean, come on.
You should hear what we say to other chicks.
Yeah, we're nice to you.
You're hot.
How's that glass of water going? Are you running out yet? She tried to be the cool girl the whole time in order to get the stamp of approval. Emma's reaction throughout this whole interview is emblematic of how we are meant to react. We're meant to giggle, we're meant to be shy about stuff, but we're meant to placate, we're meant to go along with it, we're meant to do exactly what they want us to. Our boundaries don't matter. In fact, having boundaries makes you a prude, rude, or a... Instead of saying that someone's in the wrong, you're meant to make the men be nice to you by placating them, by flattering them, by being really nice and smiling and giggling, so hopefully they won't get worse. However, that didn't save Emma at all during this interview. In fact, he keeps on saying how nice he's been to her. I think it's really important seeing this and actually having the conversation of how ingrained these behaviors are, how these reactions are something that we have internalized from childhood, as we'll get to. If we were watching this back when it aired, we'd have said how he was complimenting her. He kept on commenting on how hot she was. I mean, he's just asking the questions any normal man would ask. If she wasn't happy, then why didn't she leave? She chose to go there. She knew what she was getting into. You see how the victim blaming mindset is so quick to happen. This is all the stuff that I would have thought back in the day watching this as well, because this is what we were surrounded by. Victim blaming comes about so quickly because the false idea that women have full agency is something which people have been told for ages. If you don't like it, just leave. I hate that response. Howard Stern was a huge, well-connected name in the industry, and however you as a star presented on screen reflected your opportunities in the future. One bad interview, one bad appearance could ruin your entire career. Any hint of her being difficult or ungrateful for all of the compliments that he was showering her with, she would have so quickly been called Bitchy Spice and had her career ruined. This is reflected in workplaces like I've talked about many times on this channel. As women especially, you have to make yourself uncomfortable to conform to the environment that you're in. It doesn't matter about your own boundaries, about stuff that you're uncomfortable with, about the way that any guys behave. I mean, like, they're senior to you, so you have to play along. I mean, we still have pieces come out today from the New York Times asking, did women ruin the workplace? In 2006, at the age of 21, Scarlett Johansson was on the red carpet, and she was grabbed by host Isaac Mizrahi, who was 44 at the time.
That's the Valentina way.
I just want to feel it. Ooh. Oh, that's totally working. Wow, I love that. I'm just taking notes for the next time I make a red push-up dress.
Yes,
Is that okay?
It's absolutely. Take all the notes you want.
But he's gay, so it's okay, was something which people would have said at the time, but no. He'd previously asked Eva Longoria if down there was shaved. Hayley Williams of Paramore fame was asked on a French radio station, NRJ. They changed the name of this segment to Girl Experience, you know, because she's a girl rock star, and that's so rare. Joan Jett and many others would be begging to differ right now. All of the questions of this interview were just disregarding the other band members, completely focusing on Hayley, and then asking her,
À quand remonte ton dernier orgasme? When was your last orgasm?
We don't talk about that on the radio.
I don't even know if I can have the full word on YouTube.
Parle pas de ça à la radio. Ah, ici on peut, hein? In France, it's allowed. That's not cool.
Good on Jeremy and Taylor for jumping in straight away. The interview ended shortly after this.
Et puis, bah, dès que vous repassez par ici, vous êtes les bienvenus. Welcome back anytime when you're.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And I think this interview was in 2010 because I couldn't find anything to come up for the year 2009. David Letterman has so many instances of just basically drooling over so many women. Especially with Jennifer Anniston. I know that I've shown you this clip before where he is distracted by, you know, those cute little 90s tendrils that you have, which I still like to wear, okay, because I think it is very cute. Like, he starts getting closer and closer as if he's like Predator just coming up against her face right now, and like starts to eat her hair.
What are you doing? People are off here going.
I know, people are horrified by that. We'll take it out in editing, don't worry.
That was something that I'll never forget.
Like Jennifer Aniston, he's taken a particular liking to.
That's a tremendous outfit, and the reason that's a tremendous outfit is you have tremendous legs. Fantastic legs. You can only wear that if you have lovely, well-shaped, muscular, lengthy, lovely legs. And what is that? Is that like?
It's not just her when it comes to the good legs, because he's a leg man after all.
You have lovely, lovely legs.
Why, thanks, Dave. I heard you were kind of a leg man.
Well, it's part of my job to call attention to the obvious every now and then.
My goodness, look at those legs.
Thank you, sir. Having like 1 foot like that. So.
Sorry, could I see that again?
All I see when he's complimenting all of these women on their great legs and just like salivating over them is Sebastian from Cruel Intentions, because he says this line when he is being predatory and trying to manipulate these girls. This interview with Madonna is a great example of how coercive this pressure is, and also how peer pressure works too by getting the audience involved.
Let's go kiss the guy in the audience. Why don't you go kiss the guy in the audience?
Why are you so obsessed with my sex life?
As we all know, I have none of my own.
Well,
go kiss the guy in the audience. It would knock him out.
Why won't you do as the man says and go kiss this random stranger?
Look at that guy, just like on the forehead.
Look at him, he's pleading. Doesn't he deserve you to go and give up your bodily autonomy to please him? Focus on Madonna. Look how uncomfortable she is.
A lot of people would cave into the pressure and say, oh, all right, they'd go out and kiss him and get it over with.
Yeah, well, I've never succumbed to peer pressure.
Good for you. That's what we love about you, Madonna.
Yes.
What brings
Incidentally, you are a sick.
She's such a badass for saying this. And guess what? This was at the very start of the interview. Watch Catherine Zeta-Jones as he just leans over and just starts patting her hair. And I'm sorry, I do not want someone's greasy, dirty mitts getting all over me, thank you very much.
To point those dirty green sausages at me!
And I swear, his tongue is on the floor when he is talking to Gwen Stefani here. Like, she keeps on talking about her work and bringing up her music, and he cuts her off to say,
Oh, geez, you look tremendous.
Thank you.
I almost feel like he should have been wearing blinkers. He can't control his tongue at all. She brings up her music again and...
You smell great, too.
Thank you. Exciting again.
Yeah.
Let's do another record.
You have tremendous legs.
Thank you. Thank you. God. Great legs. That's funny.
He doesn't even care to know the name of her album. He's meant to be a professional. He's been doing this for many, many years at this point.
So it's love, music.
I'm positive if this was a guy coming on his show, he would have known the name of it. He would have actually taken some interest in the music. But no, because he thought that she was so hot, it was way more important for him to be doing whatever the hell he's doing with his tongue here. Lindsay Lohan went on his show a number of times, and I know the exact interview that you're thinking of, which is this one. He's berating her over her struggles, and this became a big punchline.
How many times have you been in rehab?
Several.
And how will this time be different? What are they rehabbing, first of all? What is on their list? What are they going to work on when you walk through the door?
We didn't discuss this in the pre-interview.
No, but...
Yeah, in case you didn't know, interview questions are always talked about beforehand, so people are prepared for this stuff, okay? However, she keeps on trying to placate him, go along with a joke, make a joke out of herself, because the public certainly had. However, I want to draw your attention to this interview. Just watch Lindsay's face.
When you get to be this age, and we're just vicariously interested in a lovely young woman like yourself, and what might that be? What kind of a little shred of a fantasy might we take with us now?
She is positively squirming.
I feel so inappropriate.
No.
The real challenge is to be the cool girl. If you can hold your own, if you can endure, if you will submit and succumb. That's the only way you're going to get male approval, as Jimmy Kimmel certainly exemplifies many times.
Hey, how are you? I'm doing well, thank you, thank you. Just give me a second.
So Megan Fox had just turned 21, and he asks her if Fox is her real surname.
My real last name, my dad's name is Franklin Fox. He originally had 2 X's, but we dropped them.
And Jimmy Kimmel says this.
Wow, you should have 3 X's on yours. I mean, seriously.
This is when Transformers came out and Megan Fox's character defined the cool girl on screen.
If I wrote you a poem, would you put it on your other ribs on the other side?
I will. Write it for me.
I absolutely will.
I will. I'll put
it's going to be filthy, too.
Megan Fox has dealt with many uncomfortable interviews across her career. However, this one with Jimmy Kimmel absolutely takes the cake.
You're not the typical beautiful actress who's...
Why is that?
The classic neg. Asks her about her childhood, and she says that she had to go to Christian Bible camp when she was 10, and she had a crush on a 15-year-old boy. And she wanted to sneak out to go and see him, but...
Because we had to sleep with counselors and our camp counselors in our rooms. Yeah. Oh. Well, I mean, like sleep. They were in the...
What religion is this? Because I'm due for a conversion anytime.
These are children, Jimmy. He then asks about her interest in comics because she wanted to be a comic book artist, and she goes detailing the artists that she really enjoys the work of.
Fathom was a big one. I'm a big fan of J. Scott Campbell. I think he's a good artist.
And she allegedly drew a picture for him, even though just before she said that she does like digital art, so I don't think so. Maybe she just signed it anyway. And then he brings out the picture that he drew of them together.
I thought it'd be fun to draw the 2 of us together.
Am I touching your...
You are now. No, here's my picture of us together. I think this just captures our relationship.
You know the phrase, a picture speaks 1,000 words?
What do you think of that?
Why is every single word, ooh, gross, disgusting?
You did it with inks and everything. I'm impressed.
I did it with a pen.
You did it for real.
Yeah.
She's such a good sport though, right? She plays along. She thinks it's such a laugh. Then he asks about her experience working with Michael Bay,
who, from all accounts, appears to be insane.
Yeah. Well, he's infamous for being a sort of tyrant, I guess, on set. But the first time I ever worked with him, actually, I had just turned 15, and I was an extra in Bad Boys 2.
She illustrates his character by talking about her first experience working with him when she had just turned 15.
I was wearing a Stars and Stripes bikini and a red cowboy hat, and like 6-inch heels. And they took me to Mike, and he approved it.
Yeah, so Michael Bay approved this outfit for a fresh 15-year-old girl to wear at a bar.
And they said, you know, Michael, she's 15, so you can't sit her at the bar, and she can't have a drink in her hand. So his solution to that problem was to then have me dancing underneath a waterfall getting soaking wet.
Not to provide critical commentary, but to objectify her for millions of people.
And that's...
Perfectly wholesome.
At 15, I was in 10th grade. So that's...
Wow.
I can't show you the full scene because it's very short and there's many strobing lights everywhere. However, I can show you some still frames. She's bringing up this example of Michael Bay to show what a bad person he actually was to be thinking that this was okay for a fresh 15-year-old to be like exposed to. And she's bringing this up to gain sympathy from Jimmy and the audience.
That's sort of a microcosm of how Bay's mind works.
Yeah, well, that's really a microcosm of how all our minds works. But some of us have the decency to repress those thoughts and pretend that they don't exist.
Right.
For shame. Once again, focus on Megan. She is not comfortable with this. This took her by surprise. She was not expecting this sort of response. Lewis Walsh was on live TV patting Mel B's butt like we can see here. I want you to watch her face because she is trying to catch his attention to, you know, tell him off and be like, stop whatever the hell you're doing. However, he just continues. So she starts to speak up.
It's incredible. What's on? Hold on a second. Why are you grabbing my phone? I'm looking out. How we can say them things?
Just laughing it off with no apology at all. Nothing, actually. In fact, the show just carries on quickly and swiftly.
Well, going back to Lauren, do you think this is out of control again? No, it always. Do you think it was too much too young?
And look what she's having to do, smile and laugh along, but she is very clearly uncomfortable and she has to sit there and endure it because that is being a professional woman. This attitude wasn't just reserved for celebrities either, because what we see modeled around us is reinforced by everyday experiences. A patron raised about Richard Dawson, who famously hosted Family Feud.
How are you doing, darling?
Very well. He would kiss contestants so much that people have even made compilations. But it was all played for laughs and like it was just an expectation to kiss him. The way that he was drooling over these beauty pageant contestants was utterly disgusting. I watched the whole episode and, I wonder why they tried to have this as one of the questions.
What color is your underwear? Get it.
White.
Lovely color. I'm sorry. Whoever wrote these questions, give them a raise. I like these people.
Perhaps that he could ask these beauty queens this question.
Your underwear, darling?
Well, I'm right.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore. He even does this to a 12-year-old girl. Oh, you're gonna break all the hearts of the schoolboys. After leaning over to kiss her, he then goes over to the main prompter and says,
You think I'm silly wasting time, don't you, with 12-year-old girls?
Oh, no.
About 8 years from now, I might get a call.
Just diabolical. But this sort of joking around was really common. And look at her father, he approves, he is laughing along the whole time. This is how these sorts of attitudes and behaviours are normalised. They're allowed to continue under the guise of joking and how it's just a compliment. And it's also how our behaviours of fawning become ingrained. Okay, we need a light moment after going through all of that, and who else to bring up other than the iconic Twiggy when she was just a teenager, facing up against who else but Woody Allen, the creep himself.
Views on serious matters.
He was trying to show her up as being like an air-headed little girl, as he was asking her who her favourite philosopher was.
Well, I don't know, who's your favorite philosopher?
I haven't got one, I don't know.
And then she does the iconic thing of turning things back around to him and...
Who's yours?
Oh, I like them all.
Who?
All your basic philosophers.
Who?
Just all of them.
I don't know their names though, what are their names?
There's a host of them.
He can't even think of a single philosopher, but they're all somehow his favourites. The way he was going after her was like when a teenager wears a band t-shirt or something, and then you've got like this guy, heavy breathing, coming up to you saying, name 3 songs. Like that same energy. Then you know an awful lot and actually show them up for their own ignorance. And the way he left the interview after this, saying that he couldn't possibly interview her. Absolutely iconic.
Well, I'm growing a lot.
She's like a woman.
Apparently.
Finally.
Look at her face.
She's got
America,
boots,
look
too.
at her face. Our little girl's no longer a little girl. She's growing up. Looks like a Miss Maybelline model or something.
I have a dress on.
Nah, man, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just watch yourself. Be ladylike with whatever you do.
I'm very
that's me.
ladylike.
Right foot blue. Right foot blue. All right, I'll hold it for you, Pat. You go. Blue.
Right hand blue.
Yeah. Be ladylike.
I'm very
my turn.
ladylike.
He's not as big a star as you,
Did
of
people
course.
Did you go?
like?
Oh, here.
Did people refuse to do it?
No, of course not.
They could leave if they don't want to do it for crying out loud.
I had a girl come up to me and be like, "Can I kiss you for $100?" And I was like, "No."
Wow. You have her name?
Jimmy Savile. He was well known to be a creep, but he was tolerated by the BBC and by the entire industry. He used to host Top of the Pops back in the day.
I have here a present which can be claimed by any male hospital worker. There you are. How about also Miss Olivia Newton-John?
He would make jokes like,
I'm feared in every girls' school in this country.
Diane Abbott's reaction is rightfully alarmed. Things were constantly happening on live TV, but you were meant to play along like Colleen Nolan here.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are more Nolans than meet the eye.
You know, it's a bit like, ooh, I don't think I like it.
This is a Nolan here.
In this moment, he's grabbing Sylvia Edwards on live TV, but she's surrounded by people, so she didn't have a way to be able to get out. And afterwards, she went to a crew member and said...
And he said to you, that's just Jimmy Savile?
Yeah. He said, don't be stupid. He said, oh, do you know, just go over. He said, out the way, come on out the way. He said, that's just Jimmy Savile. Don't worry about it.
That's just Jimmy. That's just that person. Ugh, that's just them at work. They don't mean anything by it. I've talked about this so many times, but girls have been called mature for their age so many times. It's a compliment. It shows how intelligent and well poised you are, how charismatic you are. Emma Watson, like modern girls detailed in this recent video about how she went up in people's public opinion and then came crashing down, highlights how when she was a kid she was shown to be super intelligent, mature, and so charismatic. And she was the youngest of the 3 Harry Potter stars, and yet she was the one that the interviewers were most interested in. Watch any interview of Natalie Portman as a child and people will be praising her for her intelligence and her charisma and how well poised she is.
This acting interfere with your grades, all right?
I won't, Dave.
All right.
However, she dealt with major harassment after her first movie role in Leon the Professional. Best example of the adultification of girls comes from the 2014 star of the movie Annie. Quvenzhané Wallis was doing this interview as they went around this toy store talking about all of the things that she wanted to get for Christmas and playing with toys. She got asked this in that same interview.
Had you watched Annie as a little girl?
When I heard that they were doing, well, I'm still a little girl.
Well, you seem so grown up to me. So I felt.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But again, adultification of black girls is something which I've brought up many, many times. This is a direct reflection of how adults see an 11-year-old girl, not a little girl anymore. Expectations are higher and probing is allowed. Emma Watson was on Who Else But David Letterman in 2009. Sorry, it looks like it was filmed on a potato. She goes on the show and he says,
You're still a kid, but you're growing up and you're going to be starting. Are you about to start college?
Okay, cool. All's well. She's a child, yes.
I went to a school called Haddington Girls' School in Oxford.
Yeah. I tried to get in there myself.
Wow.
Okay then. All right. I'm going to blur the picture because no one needs to see this. It was just a little wardrobe malfunction while she was on her way to an event. Just called her a kid and then instantly showed this picture to millions of people. Lindsay Lohan was 17 on Anthony Anderson's show.
Here to get her freak on with me is the lovely and talented Lindsay freaking Lohan! Welcome. You're sick and you just kissed me on the lips with tongue?
I didn't kiss you on the lips.
Somebody bring me some rubbing alcohol. All right. My children and I, we loved you in The Parent Trap. I just want to give that to you.
Thank you so much.
You've grown up a whole lot since then.
He's asking about her experience living with Raven Simone and how they're decorating their place and if they've got any clashing styles. All well and good. He then gives her a pillow with his face on it. Okay.
Now, aside from entertaining me in your room and in your house,
my shoulders are starting to tense up.
What gentleman will be at the new pad with you and Raven Simone?
No one.
I'm just talking about, like parties.
No, I don't have a boyfriend.
Of course she's going to try and shut down the conversation, saying I don't have a boyfriend. But that doesn't matter to him, because what about parties?
She's single, but looking.
She interjects, rightly saying,
But I'm illegal for people that are old.
Again, this is Lindsay trying to gain control and trying to, swivel the interview back onto something else because they're meant to be talking about her work. And then he just makes it so much worse.
Some men like them young. We ain't gonna mention no names, but, I'm one of them.
But once again, just like earlier, we have this massive laugh response as if it's like this huge joke.
Okay, look, what have you been up to?
Let me guess, the comments of, I hate when girls don't have a sense of humor is gonna come up. Honey, this is about a child. Why are you even thinking of this to joke about it? When they get back to the interview, she is just hunched over trying to shrink into herself, like her shoulders are up around her ears the rest of the time. She's trying to be professional, but of course, it's the children who are meant to be the professional ones, not the grown-as adult men, right? You'll have seen one famous clip from this Britney Spears interview.
Everyone's talking about it.
What?
Well, your breasts.
My breasts.
You seem to get furious when a talk show host comes up with this subject.
However, the entire interview is incredibly inappropriate from start to finish. The only people who ask any respectful questions really are the children in the audience because yes, the audience is made up of mostly children. Just bear that in mind as we go through the rest of these questions. He starts out by establishing that she's 17.
You look even younger than 17. Is that a compliment at your age?
Not really. I guess, well, when I get older, I'm of course going to want to look younger. So I guess it goes,
Asking if she's engaged. But why would a 17-year-old be engaged?
You're not engaged, are you?
No.
Because no more boyfriend, is there?
No, I don't have a boyfriend.
So then this weird quick pivot to calling her the naughtiest of schoolgirls.
Baby, one more time. You're the naughtiest of schoolgirls, aren't you?
The naughtiest of school?
Yeah, but in reality, you're not.
Watch how she's laughing now. This is not someone that's like laughing along to a joke. She is uncomfortable and she is trying to what? Fawn. Then he asks if her school is like the music video.
Of course my school's not like that. I wish it was. I wish we could be dancing in the hallways and stuff like that. But it's on TV, so we make it more fun.
And she does the artful dodge of saying, oh, I wish that we could like dance in hallways, but that wasn't the case in school for me. It's natural as adolescents to be exploring your and pushing boundaries and stuff, but you don't think about like lecherous older people that will be using this. At that age, you don't have the sort of rational consequences mindset that older people may be thinking nefariously about you. That can only come from experience after you've probably been traumatized by one of these gross dudes.
Since everyone's saying that you're so sweet and decent, there was so much fuss about these photos in the Rolling Stone magazine. What was your reaction to that?
He brings up the Rolling Stone cover, which caused massive controversy, and we can talk about purity and the pop star in another video if you want me to. She felt like she was playing dress up, but he felt like she was his pinup. I know Americanification of things can definitely be a problem, but I still think that we can all agree that it's better to not be hitting on someone who is teen in their age when you're a fully grown adult. Boys aren't safe either. Justin Bieber dealt with all sorts as he went through his career after being discovered on YouTube. Not only with Ellen sharing this picture of paparazzi who had taken this without his consent and then blowing it up huge on the screen behind him, I'm not going to be showing the image at all, okay? He is very uncomfortable in this interview. She even blames him for not noticing that there were paparazzi out there who were photographing him without his consent.
How did you not see that there was paparazzi there?
Well, I just didn't see them. I think I wasn't really looking out for them either, so.
Was there a boat? After, when you think back on it now, can you see where they may have been?
Yeah, they're definitely in a boat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But also Jenny McCarthy, who was 40 years old when she went and, in my opinion, attacked Justin Bieber when he'd just been 18 recently. He went to the AMAs in 2012 to receive an award. As he enters, Jenny kissed him on the cheek, which is something which he did not appreciate, and this other dude is laughing as if like it's no big deal at all. But then she grabs hold of him, kissing him multiple times and grabbing his butt. He is so uncomfortable. This is so clearly not okay. But so much leeway got given to her because she's a woman, and you know, it's meant to be this huge compliment. These cougars, you just can't control them. That doesn't make any of this okay, as I've talked about many times in the past. What makes this even worse is her being interviewed after the incident, and she says this.
Great, I just got to neck Justin Bieber and grab his butt.
I thought that you like totally, like it was like a full-on almost makeout session.
It was a little cougar scary.
Yeah.
But I took the opportunity in the window, considering I'll never get to do it again.
It's like she's gloating about it.
Available.
Can you imagine how hilarious that would be? That would be the cougar score of the century. Jenny McCarthy dates Justin Bieber.
Would you?
I want some Bieber fever.
I can't show you the full clip on YouTube, it gets that bad. And now we need to talk about One Direction. I never got into this sort of stuff because I was 22 at the time. I did not care what teen boys were doing. But One Direction was so beloved by people, especially Harry Styles. In this 2012 interview, which is one of the most chaotic and also personal space invading interviews I've ever seen in my life, straight away they're thrust into a room and the very first question that she instantly launches Harry with.
Harry, I heard you have a thing for cougars, like older women. Tell me about this.
Sometimes.
Oh, it's scandalous. It's not predatory. You know, for the double standard, because for boys it's such a cool thing.
Have you had a mother? I think it depends on the person.
Have you ever done anything with the mother of one of your fans?
I'm not gonna answer that question.
And they just keep on going as if they're having this totally normal conversation, but it's definitely not. You can see that Harry is uncomfortable. With his answers, he is being super evasive.
Do you get hit on by moms a lot? Sometimes. Because it's kind of interesting because you guys are, you know, the typical bands that are younger guys. You guys are a little bit older than that, so you guys could be with a mom, couldn't you? Yeah, I guess so.
He doesn't want to answer, people, okay? Stop.
Chauvinistic pig. That's such an easy cop-out. That really is. It's not funny. It's not funny. Stop trying to look cool.
There are good things, okay? I hope that by having this conversation and going through all of these examples, though I haven't covered every single example that has ever happened because we would be here for years, probably, and I'm sure that you're going to bring up some examples down below that you wish I covered. I'm really keen to hear things which you've come across or that shaped your mind when you were growing up. But I think it's really helpful to show the way that our boundaries have been perceived as an inconvenience and rude, how we've been taught to fawn and to placate others, and hopefully help you learn that it wasn't your fault. You're not a bad person for feeling uncomfortable if someone's inappropriate. You never ask for it. You never deserve it because of how you're dressed. You never deserve it because you're so attractive no one can help themselves. No. And like I said, there are good people, just like Conan O'Brien with this interview.
So do you. Please, sir. I know. I'll talk to you later. Fellas love me.
There are good people out there. Like, we call things out now. Like when that creep jumped the barrier and grabbed Ariana Grande, and Cynthia Erivo was such a badass and just went to fight for her immediately. In the past, I can nearly bet you any amount of money that she would have been labeled as an angry black woman. And that this guy was just such an excited fan, he couldn't contain himself. But no, collectively, we call this crap out. It was never acceptable, but we didn't feel like we had the power to stop it. And more, because we're standing up for ourselves and for others, things are changing. Millie Bobby Brown recently said this to paparazzi. Incredible, iconic. She's been terribly mistreated, by the way, as well. My goodness, we could go on a whole other video into all of the ways that she's been and had gross things said about her. I'm sure that there's going to be some angry men in my comment sections, as there always are. They're just bitter that they can't dehumanize women and get called a fun guy. It's not a compliment if you can't control yourself around someone. And these guys that say these sort of excuses, they actually know that it's possessive, that it's aggressive. They know that it's actually threatening, because if they had a guy go after them the same way that Jim Carrey went after Will Smith, they would be mortified, they would be yelling, they would be screaming, they would be fighting. They understand consent, we all do. People like that just like to pretend that things aren't a big deal or it's not that deep. But I don't know, dude, feeling violated is actually a pretty big deal. Being publicly humiliated so some dude's ego doesn't get bruised kind of sticks with you. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, please leave the arm cross emoji, because I think that we can all rightfully say that, ooh, get the hell away from me. We never want this sort of stuff to happen. It was not okay then, it's not okay now, and I'm glad that we're seeing less and less of it. I still think that more change needs to happen. And thanks again to Simplify for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to use my code Bryony to get 15% off, or click the link in the description box down below. Massive thank you to my patrons as always, because they're the ones that voted for this topic, they're the ones that help to inform the topics that I talk about, and they help to shape what you see before you today. And an extra special thank you to my top tier Trash Panda enablers: Alyssa, Anna, Birgit, Caroline, Caroline and Violet, Carrie, Danielle, Elise, Emberly McCulley, Hamster Posty, Jamisa Brown, Jess, Laura Bell, Mark Tremonti is God, Megan Connolly, Mila Gauthier, Natalie R, Nathan, Nicole H, River, Ryder, Spooky Jade, Tammy Poitras, Tony Banyay, Veru Cat Mama, and Zophema. Have a great rest of your week. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Haven't quite decided on a topic for that yet. We're starting to get into festive season, aren't we? I'm sure that there's probably going to be like a terrible Netflix movie that I can dive into. Anyway, I'll see you all next time. Take care of yourselves and tell me, how much water exactly did you drink by the end of this video? Because there are so many uncomfortable people, right? Oof, gosh. See you next time. Bye.